Klondike Homes is not a large-scale builder. Let me say that again. Klondike Homes is not a large-scale builder. Klondike and Paul Florica build homes one at a time. The Klondike team build truly custom homes that are unique and impressive, with a direct reflection of the owner's individual personality built into each and every one of them.
One of the large benefits in buying from a small builder is that you can customize literally everything. I mean, literally everything. And that's how specific you can, and we did get.
When I got to know Paul, I realized that he doesn't build a lot of homes. He builds a few homes, a few quality homes, and he's quite involved with the people that buy them, which I liked. I didn't want to buy a mass-produced home.
And I find that a good builder will be kind of a good guide, helping you and respecting your own taste as well.
I went on the internet and I found pictures of railing posts, and I said, this is what we want that post to look like. And he gave it to the railing guy, and he literally built it exactly the way that picture was. It was a wow.
The design was our concept, which was implemented with Paul's assistance. The look that you see here is ours. We wanted to achieve a very friendly, open, warm look, and we use a lot of wood in this place in order to achieve that.
Some of the structural design that he puts into it that are over and above what the building code would require as a minimum.
Paul Florica has been building for most of his life. He received his construction education and instincts from his father.
My father was in the industry since the late 60s, and of course then we were brought up in the industry and just fell in love with it.
Paul is a hands-on guy. When you see him, he's got his construction gear out, his hands are dirty, he's sweaty, like he's actually in there. So he's not sitting at a desk or in his car barking orders as to who has to do what. He's actually in there doing it.
Preferably, I like to deal one-on-one with the customer. It just seems that the customer will appreciate that in the long run.
His reputation was very good. He was recommended by a number of sources. And as soon as I made contact with him and started working with him, it became clear that we were going to get along. Our senses of ethics and integrity were very much similar, and that we were going to be able to work together in building the house of our dreams, and that's what we think we have.
Paul is a customer-focused entrepreneur who enjoys the look of satisfaction in a customer's eye, the appreciation of quality, the challenge of design, and mastery of the art. Klondike attracts the best sub-trades and gets the best from them. These guys are the best in the business, and they have quality standards that other builders can't afford. Not that Klondike is expensive. It takes no longer to do the job right as it does to do it poorly and have to fix it.
The tradespeople he uses were great to work with, and they cared about what they were doing.
I enjoy working with the trades that I have, and one of the reasons is not just because they're high quality workmanship coming from them, but the personality has to match yours as well.
His men do good work, and they're great framers. They're some of the best in the industry.
Paul was extremely useful in terms of recommending his preferred suppliers, such as prime flooring supplier, who was phenomenal, as well as he had great recommendations in terms of crown molding, trim features, how to link the spaces.
In a truly custom home, the design needs to reflect the individual personality of the owner. Paul's compelling need to over-satisfy his customers is evident in his designs. He listens intently and understands how to satisfy their desires without compromising on the integrity of the plan.
I think it's important to get to know them and what they do and what they stand for. I think the biggest job we have as builders is to look at issues from a customer standpoint. As tempting as it is to look at it from our side of the fence, it's much more important to look at it from their side of the fence.
And the key point is it was finalized without a whole lot of change orders. And that's good from a builder's point of view because it doesn't delay or complicate the construction process. Also good from a customer's point of view because the absence of change orders means the absence of additional costs.
Well, I'd like to believe that the impossible requests only take longer.
Quality will always stand the test of time. The detail Klondike builds into every home is simply incomparable to most other new homes. The crown moldings, the stonework, the finishing touches are a thing of beauty.
No, Paul doesn't cut corners, even though I was satisfied he wasn't. Yeah, I'm a fussy person, but I think Paul is fussier.
This quality workmanship, like I said, I've been here 5 years, and there hasn't been any issues with the home at all.
Well, when it comes to structural, Paul uses kiln-dried lumber, which is obviously a drier product. It's going to shrink less and cause less drywall pops and cracks and so on.
He put in quality granite countertops, quality cabinetry. He just didn't cut any corners.
I like to spend a lot of time on site. I like to pay extra attention to detail. Perhaps it's because of my personality, a perfectionist type personality. So I like to see the product as close to perfect as possible.
The success of any project relies on open communication between all of the people involved. Paul is a natural communicator who believes in customer service above and beyond.
Eventually we met with Paul. He was kind of really flexible and always a good listener to what we wanted exactly.
I found Paul very easy to deal with. He was always easy to get a hold of. Any issues I had, any questions I had, he was very, very approachable and very easy to deal with.
We very much enjoyed working with Paul Florica and Klondike Homes. I was very impressed with, first of all, his integrity. I think that's the first point I'd like to impress upon people, but also responsiveness and the ease with which I was able to work with him.
I believe in doing it right the first time. I don't like going back doing service work, so we try to learn from past experience, and the clients don't have time anymore either for doing service work and allowing trades back in the house to do little odds and ends to fixing this and fixing that. So we try to do it right the first time, and it's done.
I felt that Paul always took care of issues immediately. He never let things drop. His communication was very good, whether it was by telephone or by email, and I'm extremely pleased with his level of responsiveness.
I feel comfortable still answering the phone from the client to do customer service above and beyond the warranty time.
The Deer Ridge Estates community in South Kitchener prides itself as one of the most prominent locations in all the Tri-Cities areas. Steeped in history, Deer Ridge continues to grow and is an ideal location for your estate home. Moments from the Pioneer Tower, on the steps of the Grand River, and 3 minutes from Highway 401, Deer Ridge's large estate home sites bring you an address and location you will be proud of.
The model home here reflects my taste. Very traditional, luxurious appointments. The colors and what we've chosen in the house is definitely what I would like to see in my own house.
When it comes to choosing a builder for the custom home of your dreams, choose carefully. Just ask anyone who chose Klondike Homes. They know the difference.
I will strongly recommend Klondike to anybody that I know because it's really, the chance to make a mistake are really low. You got really good advisor. They really know what they're doing.
Oh, off the record, one of the big things with Paul, he's just a good guy. He's just an easy guy to deal with. He looks you in the eye. It's all about relationships in anything, in any business or anything you're doing. Just get a good feel about the guy. I'm not sure how much trouble you had getting people to do this interview, but to me it was a no-brainer. Sure, I'd like to help the guy. He was awesome. He was great. When you're building something as important as a house, you want to have somebody you really trust. Somebody you can call, during it, after it, a couple of years later, what do you think? So he's not a sell you a house, see you later kind of guy.
And I think one of the greatest testimonies that Paul can take pride in is the fact that there were other builders who, when we talked to them and approached them, asked us, are you looking at any other projects and any other builders? And when we told them we were working with Paul Florica, they said, man, you can relax because he's a great guy to work with, a very responsive guy. He'll really take care of you. And in fact, he did do that.
He's a reputable builder. He puts his reputation on the line, and he fulfills.
I thought he was an excellent guy to work with, and a guy who put a high degree of emphasis on quality, on delivery, and coming in on time and on budget, and basically taking care of the customer.
Klondike Homes. Custom design, customer focused, responsive and hands-on quality beyond expectation.